Hey guys, this is Savannah from earthandwater.co. We are on a journey to explore the Celestine Prophecy, which is a book. This is the third one, the third episode about that. I run through things really quickly, so they're only like 10 minutes long, 15 minutes long, each of my podcast episodes. I am not a long-winded person. So, if you're just joining us, welcome. I would go back and listen to the other two episodes first, just of this series. Pretty much most of my episodes stand alone, except for the chakra series, and then this one, just to make sure you're in the right place, because I don't want you to be confused if you're just jumping in right here. Anyway, the third insight of the Celestine Prophecy asks us to view the world not as physical, as we have always been brought up or conditioned, or, what's the word exactly? Engulfed in. If there's a word, let me know, because I really feel that the more I talk about all of this stuff in the energetic universe, which is what it's asking us to look at instead of it being physical, the more I talk about this stuff, the more I find that I need words that I'm not really sure even exist yet. So anyway, this insight tells us or asks us to look at the world not as physical, concrete, but as energetic in nature. Have you heard of the holographic universe theory? It's like that, if you've heard of that. If you have not heard of that, it's a really fun rabbit hole that you can jump down that includes physics, okay? Most of what I talk about does include physics or checks out in physics. I have always been a skeptic myself. I have always looked for, seeked, is seeked a word? I feel like seeked is a word. I'm pretty sure I've read seeked in books before, because that's not it. But, I grew up in church, and, I could do a lot of podcasts on that just in itself, or episodes. But, I spent a lot of time asking questions and trying to understand, and I also spent a lot of time getting shut down for those questions and my seeking to learn and understand, because I need to understand in order to move forward from it, with it, as a belief and whatnot. So from a physics standpoint, we know that nothing is actually as solid as it seems. Everything's made out of atoms, right? Everything's made out of molecules. None of them actually touch, which is kind of mind-boggling and hard to wrap your head around when they're all held together by magnetic forces. Nothing actually touches, it's just our perception of it. And also, since everything is made of the exact same things and held together by these magnetic forces, the only thing that separates them all is the rate at which they vibrate. So the third insight of the Celestine Prophecy asks us to, literally see, okay? Not just perceive in our mind's eye, believe, but actually physically see, in reality, the energy and how it's different than the solid structure that we expected it or have always perceived it to be. It touches on auras, for example, and how some people can see these. And the Celestine Prophecy tells us that with training, most people can. Very, very, very few people cannot see them physically. But it takes practice, and there's things that you can do to practice, such as starting with non-people, non-animals, like plants and stuff, is a lot easier, and that's exactly what they cover in the book, that it's easier to start with plants because they also have an energy field around them that you can see, and unlike animals and people, they don't move around as much, and you don't feel as pressured to hurry up and figure it out, because they'll just sit there for, indefinitely and let you stare at them. It also says that they are easier to perceive either at dawn or at dusk. I haven't seen any other information about that particularly anywhere else in my studies, so I don't really know how to explain that or how to take that, so take it with a grain of salt. I don't know, do your own research. Let me know per your own experiments. Go out there at dawn and dusk and see if auras are easier to see than they are during the middle of the day. I don't know. But aside from just seeing these energy fields, In the book, a group of scientists have gathered to experiment with this energy and meditation and giving and receiving energy from the plants and to the plants. And their results in this book is that the plants grow bigger, stronger, less diseased, all the good things. They have more nutrition. I forgot to put a spoiler alert in the beginning of this episode, but hopefully hopefully you've listened to the other 2 episodes and those are your spoiler alerts. Sorry, not sorry. So they're working with these plants and they're sending them energy, and it even states that they can see the energy transferring between the 2, but also that not everybody is capable of this specific gift. Pretty much everybody can see them. Not everybody can work with it, and I don't know where that stands either, because from my studies I've pretty much universally saw that, maybe some people are more attuned to, some people are more gifted and more talented with it, but I'm pretty sure that everybody's capable of this energy transference. I've seen lots of things where it talks about how some people are more talented for it, but I've never, ever, ever in any of my studies seen anything that stated that some people cannot. It does state in the book that some particular lifestyles and things that you can do enhance this gift and make it easier to do, easier to see. And one of the things that is mentioned is eating raw, well actually I don't think they said raw, but eating plants and vegetables and fruits over meat products, animal products. Animal products are going to hinder you from this, and vegan-y stuff are going to make it easier for you to do all of this. Also, sustaining from substance usage. Not sure if that's mentioned in the book. I don't remember. It's been a couple of years since I've read it, but definitely in my studies, alcohol comes up a lot and how it hinders these abilities. So how do you go about starting to practice seeing and working with this type of energy, other than just sitting and staring at plants, which is where I suggest you start. Trees are really good. All you have to do is find a position to relax in for a little bit. You don't want to stress yourself out, psych yourself out about all of this. And just unfocus your eyes and gaze around the edges of the things. It'll be a shimmery, light, wavy type of substance almost. You know how you're looking down the distance of a road? I'm going to help you visualize this for a second. Looking down the distance of a road, how it shimmers at the top of the road, it's wavy like. This particular scene is projected a lot in movies, but I've also seen it on top of my car and the hood of my car. It's energy is what it is. It looks like that. It looks like the desert road blurriness that you see projected in movies. I actually started seeing energy by accident, by default, I don't know, it just started happening, and I thought I was losing my mind. I thought I was crazy. I was like, what is going on here? The ground was just rolling, it looked like. I notice it's a lot easier to see the shadows of it. So if you're in a house or a building and there's a window with sunlight shining into it, if you look on the ground, you'll see the shadows of it just kind of waving around and swirling around. It's kind of like it catches the wind per se. And I don't know if that's actually what's happening. I just know that that's how it moves. That's the dance it does per se. I say per se a lot, don't I? So that's the third insight. Highly recommend reading the book if you're not into doing that and you're just wanting to listen to me for cliff notes and stuff. I also have blog posts on every single insight, which probably goes into more details since it's written word instead of spoken word. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I talk more than I write. I'm really not sure. What is self-perception? But anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know if you can see this kind of stuff or if you're actively practicing and how it's going. Just let me know all of the things. Come join us in the Facebook group and we'll talk about it in there. or you can talk about it in the comments. Honestly, I don't check any of the comments. These podcast episodes get pushed out to like Apple and all sorts of stuff that I'm actually not even a part of. It just, I guess I am a part of it since I have, like, my podcast is over there, but I don't check it. That's terrible. Is that terrible? I don't know. I'm only one person. I only do so much. Anyway, I digress. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for being here with me. Here's a few minutes of meditation music so that you can make space to just breathe, relax your face and shoulders, and work on your posture. I don't know. Namaste.